Red state Democratic parties are intent upon shooting themselves in the foot, and I'm going to give you an example. I'm in Ruby Red, Kentucky, but this applies to more than just Kentucky, to a lot of Democratic parties. I'm on a mailing list from my Democratic Party, which lets me know what the upcoming events are. Usually they are things like county party meetings, or they may be on a focus group on a particular issue, whatever that issue might be. The current list of events, there are 34 on the party website in a number of counties. Now, the email that I got, the notification of here's what's close to you, what you might be interested in, had a list of 5 events. All of them were campaign events for one Democratic candidate in the primary. It wasn't a forum, it was basically a campaign stop. Now, I realize the Democratic Party can offer this service to any Democrat that wants. But what I find hard to believe that there is only one candidate in the entire state of Kentucky who is running in the primary election. And remember, we've got 6 running for the United States Senate. We've got 4 in my congressional district, and that doesn't count everybody else all across the state. But there's only one candidate that's smart enough to have the Democratic Party put that out. Now, these things definitely say this notice, this email is paid for by the Democratic Party. So I went and looked at the party website. This is the total website of all the events that they have out there now. There's about 34 of them. Almost all of them, well, not almost all of them, more than 50% of them are basically, like I said before, county meetings or interest groups. There are 34. 15 were for the one particular candidate I got the email on. Now, I was thinking, was the only person that's smart enough to use this? There was one other candidate mentioned, but they were in the context of the Louisville Democratic Women's Group is having a meeting, and our featured speaker and it's one of our Senate candidates. Those are the only 2 candidates mentioned out of 34 events. And remember, 15 are direct campaign events for this one candidate. Now, I don't know how you can say any clearer, this is the Democratic Party candidate. We don't care about these other people that are running. They may be running as Democrats, but this is the only candidate we're supporting. And if you go look at this candidate's donor list, it's a who's who of the Democratic Party, past and present. It's also the fact, if you look at her previous campaigns, she's real big in taking corporate PAC money. But this is the only person, you have to tell me that this is the only candidate in the entire state of Kentucky that's smart enough to do this. Or maybe you could tell me the Democratic Party has already fixed this election. They've put their thumb on the scales. And they are telling the other 3 candidates, don't bother. We've already picked our candidate. You go away. And this is the problem, and this is why red state Democrats lose, because they don't ask Democrats what they want. They tell them what they're going to get. You're going to get a good old girl who has been around for a while and knows all the inside people, and we're going to push her ahead. And this is why when it gets to a general election, they lose. Because people, and particularly Democrats, have a kind of nasty mean streak. They want to be heard. They want you to listen to their issues. Now, this particular candidate, and you notice I'm not mentioning names because I'm not going to put any more air in her campaign than I have to. This particular candidate has absolutely no policies. Her whole campaign is, hi, I'm a mountain Democrat. Well, what the fuck is that? The 6th district that she's running in is basically in the bluegrass. It's Lexington and the surrounding counties. Where's not a fucking mountain hardly only on the periphery of this district. So, the bottom line here is the Democratic Party is shooting itself in the foot. Because I will guarantee you this, that when it comes to the general election, if this candidate is our nominee, she will lose. She will lose big time.